Hello and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. My name is Spanj. Welcome back to Alpha 12. There has been another update. Since the last episode. Well, I think it was released just before yesterday's episode went up. So we're now on Alpha 12.2, Phase 2 of this experimental build, where they have included a bunch of fixes and a number of changes and stuff to the game. I'm not going to go through them, but I will link to the official patch notes in the video description down below if you want to go over and check them out. There's some good stuff in there. As always, we're back with our campsite. I have actually started a new game, and then I just cheated everything back in to where I was before. Also a big thank you just to everyone who watched and commented on the last video. You guys come up with some amazingly creative solutions to the problems that I have. Most of the time, I don't think of these things because between playing the game and commentating on the game, I just don't think of them. But things like going into the water when the radiation came in. Yeah, no, didn't think of that. Good idea. Might have worked, I'm not sure. Things like heading over to the Polaris and using their showers. Yeah, that worked as well. I didn't think of that. And, some people also mentioned, well, I could have just slapped the core, built some solar panels and some small constructors and stuff, and turned this little ship into a mini base and managed to produce a shower that way. Yes, I actually did plan on doing that. I just didn't get around to it in time because of the drama that ensued. But yeah, what I wanted to do was kind of leave the whole base building stuff until this episode, really, because my plan in my head was to bring in the SV, fly around a bit, find a nice little spot, and then build a base there. But in theory, yes, if you're doing a quick start, you could actually just slap a core in here, put a few bits on, solar panels on the roof, and away you go. That would work. That's just not something I generally do as part of my playstyle. But all very valid, very, very possible and correct suggestions, which is kind of a point this game is so awesome, because it is just that you can play it in so many different ways and varieties and stuff like that. One thing I wanted to do is get a fridge. So in my hover vessel tech tree, I hit F3 to open this up. I can get a cargo box and a fridge, unlock those two, and get a fridge going in here. And actually, let's get a cargo box and a fridge, because then we can expand our little hoverbytes capacity a little bit. Because yes, as mentioned, I have stuff spoiling in here, and I'd like to keep it sort of fresh and good for a while. We need a fridge to do that. And the great thing is, and I'll show you in a sec when I put it on here, we can put a fridge on here and we can leave this thing running forever, and it will barely use any fuel just running the fridge, providing we're careful to turn everything else off, of course, which we can do via a nice little convenient shortcut. Now, some of you guys mentioned, obviously, the video quality of last episode was under par, which it was. It was a bit ropey and lower quality than I would like to upload. Unfortunately, for whatever reason, OBS Studio no longer captures Empyrion in its game capture function, and I'm not sure why, but I had to use display capture in order to capture the gameplay footage. Now, the problem with display capture is, as you guys saw, the quality is less, you get a bit of lag, it's not great. So today I have switched to Nvidia's in-game recording system, and I'm using that instead. So let me know if this is okay. I think it's a lot better from the tests that I've done. But the only problem with using the Nvidia stuff is it's got none of the audio filters that OBS has. So it's just flat audio, which means that if I get a bit excited and I exclaim particularly loud, it's possible. What the hell's going on here? It's possible that it might come through a bit too loud in the video. I'll try and capture that in the edit, but in all honesty, I might not. So just let me know. This is new tech. I'm not used to using the Nvidia stuff. So, oh, do you know what I've done there? Is I've built a bloody base fridge, haven't I? So this is the problem when you're not paying attention. That's a base fridge. Where's the hover vessel fridge then? Don't tell me I can't build it in a portable constructor. Are you being a cheeky bastard right now? You are, aren't you? Not actually allowing me to build it in a portable constructor is just rude. You can actually tell what's buildable in what, because they give you these little color code things here on the side of things. Obviously, I just wasn't paying attention. Portable constructor is yellow, and there is no yellow square on this fridge. which means I can't build it in a portable constructor. I will need a small constructor at least in order to build a fridge, but I can build a base fridge. I can build a base fridge in a portable constructor. This whole tech tree is an absolute mess, and they know this. Elyon know this. They put little things like this in there just to sort of slow or change progression to the direction that they want the game to go and stuff. But its logic is completely out the window and stupid. So there we go. I built a base fridge. Congratulations, everybody. Fine. I will do as suggested then in that case, and I will go ahead and build a base fridge because apparently that's what they want me to do. Fine. Okay then. Can we build a small constructor while we're at it? We'll need to unlock it. Very good, no problem. Small constructor is there. We'll have that as well, and we'll get you building a small constructor. So what I've lined up here, for those of you that are new to the game, that's a capacitor. So that's going to allow our solar panels to provide energy to the base. And then obviously solar panels are self-explanatory, and a small constructor is basically like this thing in front of me, but slightly bigger and has slightly more capabilities. So it's just the next step up in regards to constructing stuff. While that's building, we've got our core that we built in the last episode in an attempt, I can't remember why I built it now, in an attempt to do something. Oh yeah, it was to put a shower in here, but when we couldn't build the deco, could we? So I'll put the core down, and we'll put the fridge next to it. And that, putting the core on this thing now means that this is mine. This wreck is now mine. But obviously, if it already had a core, it wouldn't let me do that. So just bear that in mind. If you're wanting to take over a base or whatever like this, you need to make sure it doesn't already have a core. And we'll kind of come to core hunting later on when we actually take on some POIs. I'm just going to pop that there. This is very temporary. This is very temporary. Literally just so I can get a fridge up and running. Solar panels, you'll probably want to use your drone. Again, F5 for that. And the sun, oh god, well, it's directly above us at the moment. So we could put the solar panels on an orientation that direction. So the solar panels work by the position of the sun, which is slightly irritating because if they just worked on a flat value, then you could put them on CVs and stuff and it would be fine. But complexity for complexity's sake, I guess. You can put them flat, which means they'll probably get the same amount, or you can angle them, but then they'll get less amount at certain times of day. So entirely up to you. I'm going to place one there. I'm going to rotate the other one there. I'm going to put our third one somewhere else. I don't know. Oh, we got 4 coming, actually. Can I have that 4th one, please? I thank you very much. Very kind. Can we put those next to that one? Oh, I don't want them to collapse. So structural integrity becomes a thing at this point, but we've got half blocks in play, so I might just have them floating, considering it's a temporary setup. It's ugly. It's not going to look quite right, but it will work nonetheless. So with the solar panels, you've got these funky lights on here, which tell you how much sort of power they're currently generating and how much potential they have to generate power. So these are all on about 2 or 3, which is about right for their positioning, I think. So that should power up the base now. There's not really anything in there to... We're having that bug again, aren't we? Yeah, it's about halfway. There isn't anything in there to really draw much power, but you can see all the lights are coming on already. We actually now have a working fridge, so I could put my snacks in there. These things have reasonably good perish time, but perish time on my canned meat is going to constantly go down. I can keep this on me, that's fine. All of this stuff I can keep on me. No problem. I'm going to go on a little adventure today. I'm just sort of preparing for that little adventure. Things like this plant protein, that will need to go in the fridge. And also now that we have a fridge, we could actually get a food processor, I think. So obviously this little beast will produce food and stuff. I'm not sure. Let me just check. Do you produce food and stuff? I'm not sure you do, you know. Oh yeah, no, you wouldn't. We need a cargo box. I'm remembering. I'm remembering all the steps as they slowly come up. This is the problem when you build stuff in... I mean, it's not a problem. It's just the thing. This is the thing when you build stuff on the fly in the game. You know, you got to unlock all the bits. Whereas actually, if you build from the factory, and I think this is wrong, and I think they should change this. when you build from the factory, like, oh, bugger. Yes, because I started a new game, I haven't actually put the bolt in there. I should probably do that. Okay, well, when I reach level 7, I'll just ping it in. That'll be fine. But yeah, when you put stuff in the factory, it doesn't take into consideration what you've unlocked in the tech tree. So where I've sort of built the bolt, or I sort of put all the resources in for the last, it would allow me to build this once I hit level 7, but it wouldn't... Just oxygen emergency. It allows me to build it when I hit level 7, despite the fact that I haven't actually unlocked all the devices in the tech tree that the build has. So I haven't unlocked any of the small vessel stuff that comes in the bolt, like the fuel tanks and the O2 station and the Gatling guns and stuff like that. But it will still let me build that at level 7, even, yeah, it's a bit silly. So, you know, this whole tech tree thing is a bit of a mess. It's work in progress. It will be corrected at some point, hopefully. But, yeah, until then, it's not really going to make much sense. It's just one of those things you have to go through. Okay, so we got a box. We'll put the box in the ground, I think. Oh yeah, this is... Ladies and gentlemen, the survival tool's salvage abilities are a bit lacking. AKA they suck. Anyway, you can right-click on a lot of blocks before you place them, and you get options come up, different types. So these ones are generally bigger in storage capacity than the single unit ones. So obviously they take up twice the space, but that's kind of the point. So yeah, we can now actually transfer everything over to this from our little portables. So all of this stuff can go in there, and all of this stuff can go in the fridge. Let's see, can we build a food processor? No, we'll have to do that in the small constructor, which is fine. Let's just grab... Well, a quick way to grab things, right, is to just hold shift and press F. It picks up the portable constructor, and then do it again. It'll pick up everything it can. In fact, can we now use logistics? Are we close enough? Oh yes, we are close enough. Okay, fantastic. So we can just shift F, takes as much as it can out of there, and then you can use F4. Well, you can use this little button here, does the same thing. F4 will then connect you to the logistics network, which you can only use if you're close enough to it, or you've got a Wi-Fi in range. I'll come to that later. But F4 is a nice little handy way, logistics, to easily move inventories about and manage that element of it. And it works. It works for fridges as well. So we shift F that, and then F4, we can use the drop down to select the fridge, and then move all of this stuff over as well. There we go. So with the two portable constructors, I mean, I'll put them back down because I can use them to produce biofuel or things like that. They're quite useful because they don't consume power. But now on this, I can select the container, and it will give me all the other options available to build. So all this extra stuff I can now build. So F3, I can go back to base. I can select, where is it? Food processor. Unlock you. Back here and build a food processor. And off it'll go. And it will dump a food processor in that box that I can then place somewhere. And that will be able to work from this fridge and produce food items and then return them to the fridge once they're finished. That's pretty much it. And the constructor works the same way with the box. Okay, so we've got a little base running, we've got some fridge, we got this thing which is we can build extra bits and bobs with. You can build a clone chamber, but we've got a tent down, so I assume we don't need the clone chamber when we've got a tent down. And this, I think, will just consume more power, so I'm guessing we'll leave that for now. That food processor is done, so we can pop that. And I'm putting stuff on my toolbar at the moment, but there is some stuff that's too heavy that you have to put on the logistics and use it that way. But again, we'll come to that later. Let's grab one of those because they're pretty good. Before I go out adventuring, it would be good to have one of these medicines. I've got one of these as well, which is good. But I've got some extra fuel, extra bullets, some more water that we need to convert into oxygen. Let's have 30 of those. Good. That's now done that, so we can check the fridge, or we could do it via F4 as well. All the different options. Right, let's go. These guys are busy still making oxygen. They're now out of energy though, so let's put another biofuel in them just to get them going again. They'll go for, on biofuel, they'll only go for 16 minutes or so, but you know, we got plenty of that. Now, we're going to jump on a little hover bike, and what we're going to do is we're going to head over in this general direction where we found that little corner of Xerax territory. Oh, we've got some ingots in there. I'll quickly chuck them in the box. There we go. And we're going to see what we can find over there. Well, I'm going to put in the big box that we put down there, I'm going to put the majority of my oxygen just to free up a little bit more volume, because these actually take up a fair old bit of volume, 1.5 SUs each. So they can really take up some valuable space there. I leave everything else on me, apart from these minigun rounds. I don't actually need them either. I don't know why I'm carrying them around. So, yeah. We can actually get a fridge on this now that we've built a little thing, can't we? Let me show you fridge. Because if we can get a fridge on this, then any food we take with us as well can be chilled. Chilled and safe. Safe and chilled. Let's do that. Let's put a fridge on here. And then I'll do a little bit of signal logic so that we can turn the hover bike off without turning the hover bike off. And the fridge will keep running. But it will save as much power as possible. It will still use power, but it will save a fair old chunk. Let's turn it on its end. I like doing that. So, excuse the bush, but look at the hover vessel. We'll get into it and then hit P, and then in devices here, you can actually set these into shortcut groups. Okay, so what I can do is say these hover engines here, which are probably the only thing apart from maybe the spotlight cube, I can set them to a shortcut custom 1. Okay, the shortcut, the spotlight cube is already on a shortcut. It's on a keyboard shortcut. You just hit L or T, I think it is. I can't remember which one it is now. But if you set the whole group, hover engines in this case, to custom 1, go back to main, and then custom 1 you can name it. So I call it HVs, hover engines, basically. You can call it whatever you want. But now, if I'm flying around, I can turn the hover vessel on, hit P again, turn the HVEs off. And the hover engine, the vessel stays on, but it now uses considerably less power. It's got an hour of power at 13% fuel, just running the fridge, basically. The only thing that would be consuming energy here. Interestingly, it still moves. I don't know why. The HVEs are off. I said they're off. There you go. You're gonna stay off, yeah? No. Elion! Please fix! God damn it! Turn my hover engine's off. Elion's like, nah. No way, we won't turn them off. Okay, never mind. You can't turn them off. He's so stupid. Oh dear, whatever. Whatever. I'm done. I'm out. Let's go annoy some Xerax. Stupid. Hey guys, look at this. This is what you can do, this amazing thing. And yeah, the game is like, denied. Oh dear. Whatever. Anyway, why am I looking at? I'm just staring at the sky. Hi! I don't need to be looking forward. Okay, Xerax territory. We've got, I'm looking at the top right now. That's why I'm crashing into rocks. I'm just looking at the markers on my detector's passive ability. Oh, there we go. There's a Xeraxy thingy over there. We've got something north as well. I'm not sure what that is, but definitely east. I see a structure. Oh, there's a Xerax patrol. We'll just keep on going. We don't want to mess with those out in the open like that, really. Oh, there's drones as well. There's drones. Okay, this complicates things. So, if it was just the base, it'd be fine, because I'm familiar with that particular breed of base, and yeah, I think it only has one gun on it. But the minigun drone does complicate things. Where the hell am I? Right. Yeah, listening post. Pretty sure that is just a one-gun affair. The one-gunner salute. The minigun drone. Oh, and the Xerax patrols everywhere. is going to make things a little bit difficult. Where is the gun on that place? Is it on this side or is it on the other side? Oh, it's on this side. Okay. Oh, okay. Yeah. Now, minigun drone, could you follow me over here where I can kill you in peace. That would be marvellous. So I think I've... Oh crap, more Xerax. This is probably not going to go well, is it? And a nice little terrain bit like this is good. Where... He needs to be able to see me in order to follow me though, that's the thing. And we've got some doggos. Not the cute kind either. Some annoying doggos. He's buggered off, isn't he? Yeah, he's buggered. Oh! Okay. Shots fired. Shots fired. I need to get off and kill this doggo. So all this meat that I pick up, at least I can store that in the old fridge now, can't I? Can't use logistics. I'm right next to it. Come on, let me into the logistics there. Oh, no, too far away. I'll stand right, because it doesn't have a Wi-Fi. I have to get right on top of it in order to access the things. No, that's fine. Okay, we're actually losing daylight as well. I've timed this completely wrong. I was talking too long. Talking nonsense too long. That's the problem. Right. Oh, hello. Can you stop shooting my thing? Can you let me out of the cockpit, please, game? Oh, there's two of them. I'm out. Doesn't help that I missed a point-blank headshot, but yeah, that took a bit of help off. Yeah, so this is one of the annoying things when it doesn't let you out of the cockpit, and you're just taking fire. I want to get out of the cockpit. No, the vessel is moving ever so slightly. You're not allowed out of the cockpit. Elion, please fix. We got some baddies everywhere. Baddies. I am out of range. Actually, this pistol does not have the range to hit him, but he does. He's got the range to hit me. So, I possibly go back to base and get an assault rifle, which would give me a little bit more firepower and range to deal with these enemies. Whoop. In terrain like this, that assault rifle, that extra little bit of range would allow me a few more options here, but we'll consider it a scouting run. Consider it a scouting run. Ultimately, I'm getting some good XP. Let's have a look at my stats. We need to get to level 7. We're nearly there. If I kill a few more Xeraxians, I can hear him. He's close, but I don't know where he is. Just peeking. Just peeking. Whoop! Whoop, 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 whoop. The thing is, with those laser rifles, right, if they get one lucky headshot on me, I am done for. $100 Creo rep like that. There we go, level 7. Use the terrain to your advantage, you really got to. It's the only cover I've got. I might have to use my old health kit here. I'm not sure my bandages are really going to cut it. I'm trying to save them for when I absolutely need them, but I'm playing with... Definitely playing with fire with this guy. Let's get the pistol out, I've got more accuracy. Got him! I have no health. Right, let's get back. Let's get back. This was silly. This was a silly errand. We shouldn't have done this. Let's put a little waypoint there. So that we know where to do. And that's just, you just open the map, right click and set waypoint. Very easy. For 73 health. Run away. Please don't shoot me while I fly past you. That would be great. Cheers, Xeraxian bastards. Okay, well, we got what we needed. I mean, I would have liked to take the entire POI, but maybe we can come back and do that later once we've actually got some health and a gun. But we managed to get level 7 by killing those few Xerax very, very carefully. And that is going to allow us to spawn in the bolt. So, I mean, I had all the materials in as of the last episode. Since I started a new game, I just forgot to do that when I cheated everything back in. But it's no problem. I can just cheat in the bolt as well. Where is the damn thing? Wait, have I put a waypoint on a copper deposit? I'm very confused right now. My base seems to be... everything's missing. What? What? Why is... What? Why does it put the thing there? When clearly I was there when I put the waypoint. Put the waypoint there, please. Why did it move? Very confused. Very confused. Weird experimental bugs going on here. It's fine. Okay, well I guess we'll leave it on because, you know, we can't actually turn it off or whatever. So let me grab all that stuff out of the fridge actually, and then we can just turn it off. And we did actually, because we killed the Xerax, we did actually pick up some nice bits and bobs, like a sandwich. I'll eat that straight off the bat, thank you very much. That's a radiation ointment. That's very nice. We were clearly short of that last time. And some assault rifle and hot beverages. Putting a hot beverage in the fridge is weird, but there we go. Everything else I think we can leave. Little credit cards as well. You'll start amassing a very strange box of trinkets and stuff once you actually do start killing Xerax. Or whatever enemy you decide. So, assault rifle T2, I don't think I can build that anything but the large constructor, but I'll unlock it anyway. Light armor, explosives on the weapons front. Let's grab an assault rifle. I don't think we're going to be using it for very long once we actually get into the Xerax POI. We find that we'll pick up a weapon that's way better very, very quickly. Steaks, I guess, then, is the meal of choice today. Very good. Whatever party things can you make? Nothing. Okay. Got all that stuff in there, but we can't do anything with it. No problem. No problem at all. Yeah, we'll just wait for the guns and ammo to produce. Let's grab a couple of... Oh, we can't. We don't have the fuel packs, do we? Yes. Well, to tell a lie, I mean, I have two on me. So I could put those in there and produce, what's that, 2 C4 charges? Yeah. It's better than nothing. And it will be useful. I just really need stuff that's going to heal me at the moment. So I might need to go out and scavenge for some vegetables in order to make vegetable juice. So we're back to picking plants again, basically. To make some vegetable juice. Right, so while I do this, I will just cheat in the bolt, because we have reached level 7 and we had the resources of that. And then I'll go to sleep and I'll be right back in a moment. Well, good morning everybody, good morning. Yes, I have spent the night crafting vegetable juice from the local vegetables to heal myself. I topped up my oxygen and I feasted on a feast of energy bars. It's a good night, but... when you aren't producing a blueprint, so normally sort of blueprint is done, you click start production here, and then when it's finished, it will appear here like this, under completed. And so simply just select it like that, and then spawn. And there we go. Just click to spawn it in, and away you go. You have a blueprint that has been crafted on creative mode, you know, or downloaded from the workshop. All ready to build. No fussing, no messing. All the extra like texturing and decorative and prettiness is already done for you. So there we go. Then we now have flight capabilities. Now we don't have any way of properly fueling it yet, but we should be able to arm it at least, providing we unlock our 15mm bullets. So if we go to small vessel and unlock Gatling gun. By unlocking the Gatling gun, we also unlock the bullets that it uses. So we are using 15mm. I have a little bit of fiber and crushed stone and copper, which is used to produce bullets, although our copper is looking alarmingly low, isn't it? I swear I had more copper than that, but never mind. We might have to go out and get some more copper, which is fine. So let's produce as much 15 mil ammo that we can. I mean, you know, just sort of 10. If we can get through 10, we'll produce 1,000. But, oh, look. Problem. Interestingly. Well, it's still morning. The sun is still reasonably low in the sky. It's over there. But, yeah, it's not producing enough power, those solar panels, to keep everything running. In fact, it's turning off. And it's still off. Wow, okay. We might need to add some more solar panels to the base then, because apparently this constructor producing this 15 mil here is taxing it. Now the problem with that is that in this case the fridge is going to turn off as well, and these perish times are going to continue to go down. So the power is blinking off and on at the moment because the sun is just not... Well, I guess that the sun is not in the right position yet. Maybe it needs to be a bit higher to get the other panels involved, or maybe we just need to add more panels. In any case, we're not producing enough power, so this could be an issue. So produce your 15 mil, that's fine, and then once you're finished with that, do what you can about getting some more solar panels, please, Mr. Constructor, sir. Thank you very much. Right, the bolt, in the meantime, will have to be powered on biofuel, which will require me going out and chopping some more trees now, obviously, because I started a new game, because of the new update. The trees that I chopped down last time have very conveniently come back for me, so... there we go. It's not cheating, it's just taking advantage of a slight inconvenience where you have to restart the game between every major patch. And there we go. More trees, more logs, and actually they're taking up a little less volume since they patched, I think, the volume of logs down a bit. They were a bit high, I think, in the last episode, so that's good. Right, I'm going to gather a few more trees to top up the amount of biofuel that we can produce, and then... what the... Why does that say Spanj over it? It's clearly not me. It's a green blob on the floor. Yes, I'll get some more trees so we can produce some biofuel, and I'll be right back. So, as I said before, what we can do is we can put these two small portable constructors to use and actually get them making biofuel, because they don't take any power to do it. So, we got these two working on biofuel. That will save the small constructor in here, which is already struggling for power anyway, and will produce fuel. It's slightly slower, of course, but you know, between the two of them, we should have a fine amount of fuel coming out of them, no problem. Let me just double check. I mean, it's a while since I built the bolt, but I'm pretty sure it has an armor locker, which it does. Fantastic. So if we do find some medium armor, we can equip that. It does also have some space in here to add a constructor and stuff, but because of CPU limitations, I need to upgrade it to tier 2 before I can do that. Finally, it does have an O2 station in there, so if I have some small oxygen bottles, I can add them to the ship, and I'll be able to get oxygen from it rather than having to carry around these bottles, like over here. This hover vessel is probably a bit redundant now, unfortunately, because I can very much opt to run the bolt everywhere because it's just so much quicker and easier. But there we go. That's unfortunately the nature of progression. Some things are just made redundant. There we go. That's the wrong button. So in F4, in the logistics, I can access fuel remotely as well. So chuck what biofuel I have in there. I can access oxygen. Chuck the small bottles in there, it fills the oxygen up as well, and of course all the cargo bays, including the fridge as well. So for a tier 1 vessel, she's pretty well equipped. Just once we get her armed and stuff and airborne, should be pretty good. So we've got 1,000 rounds. 1,000 rounds to play with, and now that I've added some more logs in there, I might be able to even get some more. Let's get another 2,000 rounds if possible. So if we can get 3,000 rounds in this thing, we are laughing. Right, more solar panels for the base. no problem. We could probably, very ugly, but, you know, we'll add a couple more to the top there, just in a nice little pyramid fashion, and they will stick on reasonably well. It'll look like trash, but it should work. The sun is behind a thick layer of cloud, so these are not going to be producing all that much yet, but yeah, whatever. We should have some biofuel from these guys already. Apparently not. Oh, right. Okay, they come switched off now, do they? Right, that's a shame. They were the last version they switched on automatically, but apparently they come switched off now. Thank you, Elion, for that nice little tidbit. Yeah, so if your constructor's not working, check this little switch at the top here, because that might be why they're not. There we go. Fun times. We get some biofuel, we can add some more to this, and it's a bit like that really. We just got to keep maintaining the systems that we're running and keep going. So once we get some more biofuel from those guys, I will top the tankers up a little bit more, keep some for myself, of course, and then we will go exploring. Unfortunately, the bolt doesn't come with a detector, but it will have, you know, it has space for one, so there's a nice little slot here where you can add the tier 2 core extension and a detector once you get to that point. And then, of course, you can take these cargo boxes off, take the Gatlins off, and you can replace all that area with cargo extensions once you get to that point. So very upgradable little ship. Quite happy with that. It turned out pretty well. There's a link to my workshop in the video description down below, where you can see all the builds that I've built for Empyrion. The Bolt is among them. So you can head over there and subscribe to it if you wish, or anything else that takes your fancy. Alright, once these 2,000 rounds. Amazing. Once these biofuels are done, we can get going. So I will be right back. I'm actually going to add a couple of more Gatlins to this. Remember, I unlocked them, so I've just built a couple of extra Gatlins just to take it up to 4. That's just it's gonna use more ammunition up at once, but it's also going to just output more damage. I think just 2 Gats just take too long sometimes to deal with stuff. The extra ones on the side there look a bit daft, but you know, I'll get over it. So the other thing you can do if fuel is an issue is if you're retiring a vehicle like this little hover vessel here, you can actually go to the P control panel using P, go to manage under fuel, and you can just withdraw fuel. So you can see the total content up here. You can put any number in here. If it's greater than what's there, it'll just extract as much as it can. So yeah, it's extracted as much as it can. There's still 6 in there, but there isn't a fuel pack small enough to extract just that 6. It won't come out as biofuel. It will come out as fuel pack Promethean, which is a bit weird. But there we go. So it will still have 2% of fuel in there if I need to use that for whatever reason. But there's nothing in there. I don't see any other use for it. But you can just use that to extract a bit of fuel if you're waiting around. So we have got still going. There's still plenty of fiber left in there for more, but we have got 19 more fuel. So we manage again. We can put. Let's leave myself a little bit of fuel as a little backup reserve. That in there, plus the 1 Promethean pack takes us up to 21%. So that should be good enough to get us a little ways over to a POI. These guys have run out of energy again, so let me top these up another 2 each. Oh yeah, that's a nice little bug. Maybe they won't fix that one. I don't know, maybe. But if you shift-click fuel in to an O2 reclamation, it doesn't actually use the first one, but it still turns on anyway. So you get 1 extra fuel pack for free if you shift-click in there. But don't tell Ellie on that one. that's a nice little bug. That's one we don't want. Elion don't fix. Yeah. Right. Bit of oxygen before we go. Slap down some small O2 tanks. They work a lot quicker. And actually, we've got another 22 bottles of water there, so let's line them up. And what I'll do is, the Bolt has oxygen built in, so that's fine. But in the cargo box there, I'm just going to put a little bit in there as kind of like an emergency backup. Should I die, lose my backpack, for whatever reason, can't use the O2 thing on the back. Maybe it runs out. I don't know. Then we've got a bit. So The bolt is on. We'll hit V to go into third person, and we can just take off. We are airborne, ladies and gentlemen. Let's reload the GATs. We have got about we got about an hour of flight time, remarkably, on biofuel in this thing. It is very lightweight. I'm slightly concerned about taking it up against POI at this stage, because it is mostly made out of plastic. The front nose has got some steel on it, but that's it. It's just steel. So we'll see how the 4 GATs, 3,000 rounds, 4 Gatlins, if they work well or not. I don't know. We're gonna see. It's a little bit twitchy. I might let me just zoom out a bit, adjust my camera down a little bit. I might actually just adjust the torque slightly. So this is new with Alpha 12 as well. If you watch my video, you'll see. I might just adjust the pitch to about 0.7. Roll is fine. Left and right is fine. It was just the pitch that was a little bit twitchy for me. But there we go. I think that's fine now. This thing actually has 2 guns on it, but they are the slower ion cannons. We're actually going to go for... Oh, it might help if I actually select the gun. And for some reason I was on 4. Oh dear. Possibly start at a higher height, because apparently starting at that height means I take some damage on the old nose there. Always good practice to come down on your enemies rather than at the same height as them. Like I said, the drones can't shoot up or down, so going in at them like I did just there is just silly. But anyway, we've got to now take out these ion cannons. These ion cannons are slightly slow shooting, well they were. They're a little bit more accurate than I remember them being. The bolt is no nightshade, that's for sure. You know, its sideways strafe speed is just so slow. Unfortunately, I just have to kind of take shots, basically. Every now and again. Keep moving. Don't stop moving. Taking shots. And you can see that these turrets, you know, how many shots they actually take to kill. They will target your cockpit, first of all. So you want to be careful, because I am losing blocks here quite rapidly. And there's something coming in. It's like a troop transport. Let's take this thing down. It's got a lot of health. Come on. Got it. These things have got a lot of health, but if you let them land, they're just going to land more troops in the area, which is going to make it a little bit more difficult to do anything, really. Unfortunately, I haven't got a multi-tool or anything, so repairs are impossible at the moment. I'll take that. She's still okay, health-wise. She's just losing a few blocks off the back and stuff like that. No problem. I haven't got a repair bay, so it's not like I can repair it automatically at this point. I'll just have to manually repair it as and when I can. But let's see if we can get rid of at least this one damn turret. Oh! Got the bastard. Bloody hell. He almost killed the entire ship, but I managed to kill it eventually. Right, that took a lot of hits. I'm glad I added the extra gats, because if I have to do that with just 2 gats, that would have probably cost me the entire ship. You know, this is the price of tier 1 ships, I guess. They just don't fly anywhere near as well as you'd hope them to. Like I said, she's no Nightshade, but she did the job. Now we can take our time and sort of pick apart the ground targets now that that turret's out of the way. But damn, it cost a few blocks, didn't it, to do that? And just switch in between first and third person just to get shots on ground targets. It's easier in first person. Right, and it's always, if possible, good to try and pick up the bits of these Ziracs, because they do carry some tasty stuff. Ammunition and medicines and food and stuff like that, so always worth it. Right, let's park the bolt. Hopefully it's not going to get killed. It's lost a lot of blocks, hasn't it? Something happened in the side here. Oh yeah, there's a big hole. What was that? There was a Gatling cannon in here, I swear there was. Oh, no, the gats are in place, it's fine. There was actually a large sort of hole here anyway, but I think we have lost a fuel tank. Yeah, we have lost a fuel tank, which is lucky, because that fuel tank actually runs right next to the core. That core is only lost 30 hit points, so it's fine, I think. Let's turn you off. No need to run your power down any further. So, POI. God damn. We have got some serious repairs to do once we get back to the base, but we are hopefully going to have some nice loot to do those repairs with. Alright, Mr. POI. It's me and you. I have a shotgun, I have an assault rifle, and I have a chainsaw. Most importantly, I have a chainsaw. Now, the other thing is, I need to keep an eye out, because quite often what happens is when I take these POIs and I'll go in them, a drone will come along. Because obviously, the Ziracs do actually call for reinforcements every now and again, and a drone will sneak along and, ouch, will destroy my ship. We are going to have to be very careful here. Whoa! That sounded very loud to me, so I apologise if that came across on the video very loudly as well. I'll try and deal with that. Reload, 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 reload. Bandages actually work pretty well now. If you'll let me apply another one. Apparently it won't. It won't let me apply another one quite as quickly as... Ow. Sharpshooting little gits, aren't they? Where'd he go? Oh, this thing is rubbish. Come on, running out of health here. Thank God for shotguns, that's all I gotta say. If I had to do this all with an assault rifle, I'd be dead. Come on. Thank you. Get those spawn pads. That robot had a fuel pack on him, which is quite nice. Right, we're in the base. Now it's where things just get especially dangerous. So they can come up behind us. There goes a box. We need to take the core out. Did I grab that C4? Bloody didn't, did I? Such a moron. Another spawn pad down. I'm not bothering looting at this point, there's no point. May as well get everything dead and then do the looting afterwards. So in this particular POI, I think most of you are familiar with it, but the core is actually on the base level here. It's actually through this door on the left. Please continue to ignore me, that's absolutely fine. You ignore me, no problem whatsoever. Happy to kill you. Okay, so there's some gun robots. Just spawned. I recognize their noise. Whoa, you little cheeky bastards. Come on, them. Ah! I don't think these ones chase. I think they just sit there and wait for you to come to them, which is really annoying. Could be wrong. That one was definitely chasing. Whoop. There's a sentry gun up there. Can't see him though. He's up there, I see him. A nice little tactic of mine I like to use. I like to use with slightly more powerful weapons, mind. You know. This one doesn't work particularly well, but just have to take the hits, I think. I am out of medicine other than this thing, which I'm going to have to use. I've put it off for as long as I can. Is that the last one? Nope. Is that the last one? I see a drone. I see a drone. It's taking apart my ship. That's my ship dying. You bastard. Oh dear. Yeah, it's not going anywhere anytime soon. Oh dear. Right, fine. Public. I've set it to public. The drones should leave it alone. I should have done that from the start, but never mind. It's done now, isn't it? I'll have to come back later with a damn cockpit. Let's get this POI. I think the loot I should get out of here should be worth it. Assuming that I can kill the core without having actually brought any C4 with me. I mean, look at that. Look at that. There's a T2 pulse rifle straight away. Let's grab all that. I mean, we're not going to be able to loot this place because we haven't got a ship to take it home with. There we go. So, you know, later game hover vessels are superior to SVs when it comes to looting POIs because they can look after themselves outside the POI. SVs, they're completely defenseless without you. So, and there we go. Case in point, I've lost the cockpit. But I win anyway. Although I've forgotten to bring a core with me. Well, I mean, you know. It's all gone to crap, hasn't it? It's just all gone to... Never mind. This is... Forgot to bring a core. Forgot to bring the C4. Forgot to keep an eye on the SV. Lost the SV. Didn't die. But I'm probably about to. Damn. Oh boy. Oh, great. Well, at least I've got my pulse rifle now, which is a way better weapon to deal with enemies with. We have got some more loot containers here. There's another one there, and another pulse rifle there. I'll have those nice health packs. They're going to help me, I think. can actually swallow one of these now. And there is even more loot upstairs, but we can't get to that right now. There is actually more enemies up there that we'll need to deal with. It might be, that's the one leaving, I hope. I don't know where those troops have gone. There's one there. Actually hit him from here, amazing. Oh, it's good having some range. Die! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I am going to have to end this episode here. We have conquered the Xerax listening post. We have defeated it. We haven't claimed it, though, and it did cost the majority of an SV in the process. So, you know, swings and roundabouts, I guess. I will now have to make my way on foot back, because, yes, I didn't even bring my motorbike with me, or a portable constructor in case I got stuck, because I am that unprepared for everything. I'm going to have to make my way back on foot in order to grab a spare cockpit, possibly. No, we still got a generator, it's fine. Yeah, we're okay. Just a cockpit required to get this thing back, and a core required to claim this base, and some bits and bobs. But we'll do all of that in the next episode. For today, that is all. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this absolute classic Spanj calamity of an episode. As always, put what you would have done differently in the comments, because I have no idea, obviously. Thanks again for watching. I'll piss off with the enemy troop transports. Thanks again for watching, everybody, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Until then, take care. Bye-bye.